So hi guys, I'm Kabir. I'm the founder of LUTBuilder.ai, and this is a very basic tutorial of how this web app works, completely going through all the UI stuff and what we are currently at and what we are building next. Also, we'll be talking about some of the footages that it actually works, some of the shots that it doesn't, where it actually sucks, to be honest. And of course, you can just go around and just go straight forward to the tutorial because I will be talking a little boring stuff. So I started working on this project in November 2024. Of course, I'm not coming from a very coding specific background, but I tried to learn while going through the process, and it was really fun. And we recently launched it in Jan 2025. It's not very long ago. I just wanted to show it to the audience that this is something that coming up and this is something we are trying to build. But we never expected this to go as far as getting 2K plus active users, which is beyond than what we thought. And even for that, we needed to shift everything, and we needed to buy few of subscriptions that we were using initially for free, and now we need to pay for more users as well. Again, this is a very initial project that I started. I never expected this to have this many reach, and this is still on a very prototype or an MVP version. Of course, it has some flaws that it doesn't work with every footage, it doesn't work with every reference, and also currently we don't have any CST or any color space transform, but that is what we are trying to build for the next update. But at least I want to show you how the very first MVP looks and how it's actually working currently. So okay, so this is the very basic UI that you will see. This is the very first page. Of course, you need to go onto the site, which is LUTBuilder.ai. Currently, you can't generate any LUTs because you need to first get started. You need to sign up first. I'm gonna sign up. Okay, you can just add your email, or I'm gonna just sign up using Google. I'm gonna use this. As you can see, I have unlimited LUTs as of now because I am a premium user. But initially, even you are just signing in with any new email address, you will still have 10 LUTs to just play around with. First, let me just go through all the UI stuff, all the interface, how it's actually looking. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward that you just need to drop your original image. And this is the reference that you can pick from online, or maybe something that you have in mind, and you just want to replicate the same reference. So as for the input, we're only getting PNG and JPEG files only, and just as of now. And by the next update, we are focusing on how we can implement CST and more of a video files as well. Uh, it says it works best with Sony cameras, but we recently got it's not just Sony cameras and specific Sony cameras, but also it has worked better with some raw files and other red cameras. I will be showing you in a sec. Yes, this is very important that you need to upload a high quality input. Like the better quality you would use for the input, it's probably going to generate a better result for you. And as for the reference, we also mentioned that not all LUTs work universally for all shots. As even if you are a colorist, or even if you're an editor, you know it pretty well that uh, it's not just about the color grading, but it's also about the type of shot. It's definitely about the environment, and then the lighting comes in, and they also play a very very big role in getting the fine look that you actually need. So it's not just about color grading, and it has more to do in production side as well. So it's better to have a reference that is more relatable with your shot. And then also, it's also very important to have a high quality reference. It's not just a simple reference. By high quality, I mean, you can just use sites like ShotDeck or any other site which have a premium library. ShotDeck is also have a freemium. And even if you find anything on Google, just make sure that it's actually high quality. It's not very low quality. Otherwise, it doesn't really generate that good look. If you don't have any reference, then you have a gallery here. This is a short gallery. These are all high quality shots, and you can maybe just use these as your reference for the look, and maybe you can just try it out different looks in the same shot that you want. Okay, so you can use your LUT files in any of these editing softwares pretty easily. How it works, I'll be showing you more on the tutorial side. And this is the basic UIL. This is the basic UI. Choose reference, and these are a couple of examples that we have test and try out completely from course. And this is currently the user profile that we have. You just go on setting. This is the user profile that you will see on your page as well. This is the email address if anyone of you want to reach out. And these are the plans and some terms and conditions, privacy, and generate LUT. And other than that, we also have a couple of blog posts that how it's working. Okay, so I'm just gonna start with a DJI drone shot, which is pretty straightforward and pretty simple. You can just click, or otherwise you can just simply drag and drop. Even if you don't have any reference, like I said, you can just go to the gallery, look for any sort of reference that you like. Maybe, okay, I like Civil War. Let's go with the Civil War. I'm gonna generate LUT. And yes, it's as simple as just generating a LUT. Okay, so after that, we have more fine-tune options that are pretty straightforward. Like if you want to raise the brightness of the shot, you can just see it on a live preview of how it's actually looking. And contrast is as simple, you just want more darker highlights. Sorry, if you want just more darker shadows, you can use that. Then you have some saturation, or reduce the saturation, and of course you have other temperature if you want to play around. So for the export, as you can see, you have two options, which is export basic LUT file, and this is a premium export file. So the basic export currently gives you a 33 point cube file, and a premium export gives you 65 point LUT file, which has of course more data and which is more premium. And that is why the premium export is also very heavy. And the best part about fine tuning is that whatever the changes you are currently doing, it's gonna reflect directly when you export a basic LUT file or any kind of LUT file. And other than that, I think, okay, and let's see if I wanna choose a different image, different shot. Let's say, okay, let's start the Batman look. Okay, and this is how it generated. Okay, and currently there's a small bug that we are still working on fixing. It will be fixed by the next update, and that is that it's still on the same points as previous. So we just need to reset all the points, and even then now just raise everything and use contrast and whatnot similarly. Okay, so the next shot is Sony A7iii. And again, I'm just gonna go to the gallery. I don't have any reference as of now. I'm just gonna use something that I want for the look. Let's see, I'm gonna use this as my reference, and I'm just gonna generate a LUT. Okay, so this is what I got currently. I know even even as a colorist, and if you will be seeing as well, that it's not as accurate as the reference as of now, but we are also fine tuning on the back end and how we can make the LUT files much more better. For this purpose, of course, a premium export will give you a better result. More to that on the later part. Okay, so the next shot is Blackmagic Mini Pro 12K. And this is the PNG file again. I'm just gonna go to the gallery, and let's try the play runner shot. This is the look that I need. Let's generate. Okay, yeah, so I think this works pretty well than the other shot. Of course, definitely because of the reference, and the shot is likely very similar. Also, the quality of Blackmagic Pro is actually pretty good. Then I'm just gonna use a tint to maybe make it more on the greenish side, and I'm gonna use temperature to reduce it and have more brightness. Because yeah, so this is the look. By the way, if you want, you can also download an PNG file right from here. Okay, so the next one we have is Alexa Mini, and now I'm gonna use another reference. Let's try out. Okay, let's try something from 1917. Okay, this is what I got. Again, this is a little different from my reference that I wanted, because I can also see, like, some of my highlights are a bit overexposed, and I don't have any option to completely reduce the highlights, at least here. But hopefully by the next update we will be adding more options to integrate more highlights, hue versus hue, and you can maybe pick specific colors and just play around with it. Okay, maybe I'm gonna just try with a different look as well. Let's try this warmer look here. This is from Ready Player One. Okay, so we somewhat got like a very warmer tone. Of course, it's not completely accurate as the reference you would see, but at least somewhat color tone that I may want for my Alexa mini shot. Okay, so another question is if it actually works with any still camera and actually works with directional line shots as well. So this is one of the shots that I got from online, and this is the kind of tone that I need for this shot. So let's try to create the same color tone for this wedding shot. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, it applied the same kind of color tone. I think it's a little I think it's just a little dim. I'm just gonna increase the brightness and have a little more contrast. But yes, within just like one click, and I used the same color tone from a random image on that I got on Instagram and just used it, applied it on a shot that I wanted a specific look. Okay, so I've talked more about the stuff that what it is actually good for, and now I'm gonna tell you more about the stuff that it really sucks at. You know, it doesn't really work with all the shots, it doesn't really work with all the references, and why it doesn't work and what we are doing next to help you get the right color tone and right shots. Okay, so let's start with this. This was shot on a red camera. I don't remember exactly the name, but I think it was a red camera. And now I wanna use a very different reference. Let's say, okay, I don't know. Let's try the first one. Okay, this is a very completely different reference for something of a this some kind of this shot, and let's generate a lot. Okay, so as you can see, this doesn't really work. You know, it's completely off, no contrast, no highlights, no differentiation between the colors are all mixed up, and it doesn't really actually work. And even if I just play around with contrast, it doesn't give me as accurate results as what I would expecting it to generate for me. Yeah. So even this is what I was able to create, but still, you know, I can see the shadows are too dark, and even the skin tone are not correct, and I can't touch the skin tone as of now. But I would really want it to more different from the background. And even to fix something like that, I think what we need is a CST. That is, we should be able to convert this log shot, this completely raw shot, into Rec 709 using CST, and then use any other references to get much better and high quality results. To solve that, what we are trying to build is a CST system within LUTBuilder.ai. So next time, whenever you're dropping your footage or you're dropping your PNG, you can just convert right here into Rec 709 and then apply the reference, and then you should be able to have a much better look than you have currently. Many users have asked that if you can have a video input, and that is also what we are trying to build. Also, many of you don't know how to import LUT in any editing video editing software, and this is a very short tutorial of how you also be able to import LUTs in Davinci Solve. Let's say, first of all, let me tell you what are LUTs on a very layman term. LUTs are LUTs, also known as lookup tables, as you know, they work as presets. If you are familiar with presets, or they also work as filters. They're not considered to be the final look of any video or any output, but they are meant to have a certain color tone for the entire scene, or maybe for the entire music video. Starting with a very quick tutorial of how you would import a LUT file. Let's say you generated a LUT using LUTBuilder.ai or maybe any other tool. You know, I'm just going out. I think it works best with the Blade Runner. I'm just going to generate a LUT. Okay, so let's say this is the file that I need for my footage, which is, I think this is the raw file. I'm just going to export the LUT. From here, I'm just going to export a basic LUT, and I'm gonna use it in let's say I'm gonna put it on tutorial, and you can see the LUTs are here. I'm just gonna open the file. First, I'm gonna unzip the file, open with unzipping. And here is my LUT file, which is lut.q. First, okay, let's rename it, just for easy purpose. I'm gonna name it LUTBuilder.ai 01. Let's see, this is the name. Okay, now I'm gonna go to the editing software. There are a couple of ways of just importing the LUT, but I'm just gonna show you the most easiest way. At least I feel this is the most easiest way. On the top left, you can see there's a column known as LUTs. Just press the LUTs. So once I'm here, I'm just gonna right click, reveal in Finder. So I have all the LUTs, and I can just gonna make new folder. Let's say LBO2. Open it up. Again, this is the folder. I'm just gonna drag and drop simply. Here's the file. I just put the file LBAI, and I'm just gonna go back and refresh. Because here it is, LBO2. I'm just gonna use this and drag and drop. So this is how easy it is to import your LUT files. You must have seen the trend of people are generating LUTs using CHAT-GPT as well, and they're trying to create somewhat similar look. And that is exactly what I did, using the same reference and using the same color tone, and asked ChatGPT to make a cube file. Let me show you what I asked ChatGPT to do. Okay, so this is the prompt that I used. I have a footage shot on BlackMagic USRA Mini Pro 12K. Can you help me create a LUT based on the reference attached in .cube file, of course. So this is the reference again I used, and this was the shot. So going here, yeah, I think this is what it generated for me. So I downloaded the file from here, and I actually imported the same file. This is where I imported the file, which is called YouTube TR training, and this is the result that I got from .q file. Whereas when we use LUTBuilder.ai, this is the result what we got. I think you can also try out same with your own prompt on trying to build something simpler. But also this is even the same stuff that what we were trying to build, is that it's to make it as simple as just dropping your reference and using your footage or even a PNG files to actually see or preview how it's actually looking on your shot before you actually download the file, go back to the software, and just go back and forth. But I've definitely seen people more buying, these LUT packages of, like, let's say 500 LUTs. They end up using only 3 to 4 LUTs. To be very, very, very realistic, because no one has the time to apply all 500 LUTs on the same shot and just see what actually looks good. And that is what we wanted to solve using this LUTBuilder.ai. You can actually see the live preview of how your shot is looking with the kind of reference or with the kind of look you need. And then you can still do some fine tuning, and like I mentioned, there are still many issues, many problems within the system as well, that you can't have the same look with the certain reference. You don't have an option to have CST, and you don't have any option for video as well, and that is what we're trying to solve for the very next update. And like even as I mentioned in very starting of the video as well, that this is just the prototype video that we wanted to put out and see how people would react. And I was of course surprised to see that we got more attention, and we got more users than what we expected. We got more than 2K active users within I think less than 30 days, and which is itself a big achievement. And we could see that people really want something more handy, and that solves their problem of CG garbage as well. And of course, my job is not to replace any of like the colorist, because the name AI itself, sometimes people see more touchy and more towards that, okay, this is going to replace this and this that. But my intention was to make the process, or is to make the process more easier, and more communication much more easier between, let's say, directors, colorists, editors, and even the new content creators who are trying to create content. and want something cinematic look. Of course, there are definitely many good LUTs available, and many individual people also sell their own customized LUT for specific shots. And even the issue that we saw there as well, that as they're just downloading the LUT and then they're buying the LUT and then they're applying it on the software and seeing how it's actually looking. The only thing that lacks there as well is that they might not be as aware of how a particular look or a particular LUT might look in their footage. And that is again something what we are trying to solve. Okay, so as the founder, in the end, I would only say that this is again a very prototype that I tried, and I never expected this to have this much of reach. I'm still mainly working as a full-time colorist, but I wanted to build something of my own to help me and to help other filmmakers, users, and maybe agencies as well. So feel free to try the tool. Even drop out some suggestions that what should we be building next, what should we be improving, and what other options should we having within the system that is much more helpful for you. Because I'm very limited to my own knowledge, that I can only see the things that I know in my frame is useful for me and for the people around me. But if there's a certain way that you think that the tool might be helpful for you or your needs, you can just free feel to reach out to me, my team, or even comment down below as well. And this is very something new for me. I'm not a content creator or nothing, or even like a YouTuber. This is just, I'm just trying to play around. I don't know how long it took me just to make a tutorial. It's not easy, to be very honest, having a fake smile all the time. But yes, do provide us your feedback, and hopefully I will see you on the next tutorial and next update.